When I showed people the Xperia, a lot of people seemed to really like it. It was a substantial shape, like machine built, something that looked really strong, yet the only thing that I could think of is that it looked like Lumia. The Xperia looks quite high end actually, almost glass and aluminium looking. It is, however, very plastic. It's also a massive fingerprint magnet. I found myself needing to wipe down the phone every single day. If I didn't, it looked really grubby. Maybe that's just my hands there. You can see in the front panel are the dual front speakers, which aren't that loud actually, and the tiny bezel. Bonus points for the tiny bezel. The display is actually really good. Don't be fooled by the 4.6 inch glass because the quality of it seems to be top notch. If I didn't look at the spec sheet, I would have believed it was a 1080p panel. As it's LCD, it's especially good in direct sunlight. Viewing angles are also decent, though I wouldn't expect anything to be colour accurate. Everyday tasks flew by. Not once did I experience any lockups when I was going about my daily dosage on Reddit, and that's exactly how it should be with a 2016 device, flagship or not. In fact, it performed well with anything I threw at it. A part of me wished it was slightly more powerful, as I remember the days when Sony used to throw in the high-end chips into their mid-range phones, though this is comparable to last year's Z5 Compact. Other notables found in the Xperia is the inclusion of USB-C, whoop, 32GB of internal storage, whoop. There's also expandable storage thanks to the microSD card slot, whoop. Waterproof? No. Unlike previous phones, we've lost a really cool feature, which is a shame. Another whoop is the impressive battery life. It looks like Sony have heavily optimised their software because I think it could last like 3 days on a single charge. It wasn't heavy usage, but the average day would be like 2 hours of 4G music streaming and like 2-3 hours of screen on time. Moving on to software, it's currently running Android 6 Marshmallow, with a promise of going to Nougat soon. Overall, Sony UI is largely stock with a few graphical tweaks that are neither an improvement or, it's just a little bit different. Despite the near-stock experience, there are an abundance of useless apps built straight into Android, including a movie creator, AVG antivirus, and Sony's What's New app. The majority of these will spam your notification center, which can be turned off, but should be off by default. There's also apps like Facebook and Spotify which are pre-installed and unable to remove. I used neither of these, which are really frustrating. The camera experience was great. Holding the shutter button anywhere brings up the camera app pretty quickly. In auto mode, I thought the photos were okay. Not breathtaking shots, but definitely usable for your Instagram profile. I was shooting in overcast conditions in Hull, and the majority of the shots were only a tad whitened out. It was consistent, not disappointing for a mid-range camera. Using the camera is a breeze. A simple swipe and a slide gets you to important menus and modes. The shutter button makes it feel like you're using a proper point-and-shoot camera, especially thanks to the ability to half-squeeze the button to focus. One notable is never use the zoom, it's really bad. It's supposedly called clear image zoom, which it really isn't. Photos looked way too sharpened and there were some really strange effects. For more on the camera, you can go to the blog post on giffgaff, you will see the full gallery there. Thanks for watching.